Did you know that your income up to 12 lakh can be now tax free? Yes, Budget 2025 has introduced new tax slabs, bringing huge benefits for the taxpayers like you. How can you avail this tax benefit? What are the new tax slab rates? Which tax regime is better for you, old or new? In this video, we will break down the new tax slab for the year 2025 and its benefit in simple terms. So you can plan your taxes smartly and save more money. If you want to pay less tax or even zero tax, make sure to watch this video till the end. Hello and welcome to Webtel Electrosoft, a compliance knowledge sharing partner for you. I am Saloni Sharma and I am here to simplify complex compliance topics and help you to make smart tax saving decisions. On this channel, we bring you the latest updates on the income tax, investment strategies, and budgeting tips to help you grow your wealth and secure your financial future. So, if you want to stay ahead with expert insights on tax planning and money management, after the budget announcement, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive straight into today's topic: how you can make up to 12 lakh tax free with the new tax slab for the year 2025 to 26. Now, let's get started about the budget announcement related to 12 lakh tax free. As in the Union Budget 2020-25, significant changes have been introduced to the income tax structure under the new tax regime, aiming to provide substantial relief to the taxpayers and stimulate economic growth. One of the most notable adjustments is the increase in the tax-free income threshold. Now, up to 12 lakh income is tax-free and more benefits are provided to the salaried person. On the other hand, if we talk about the old tax regime, then there are no such changes in the old tax regime and it is taxable after the 5 lakhs. Let's see in detail how we calculate income tax and what are the benefits. This is the new tax slab rate. Up to 4 lakh, no tax is required to be paid. If the assessee is having the income more than 4 lakh but up to 8 lakh, then they need to pay 5% tax. And if they are having the income more than 8 lakh but up to 12 lakh, then they need to pay 10% tax. And if they are having the income more than 12 lakh but up to 16 lakh, then they need to pay 15% tax. And if they are having the income more than 16 lakh but up to 20 lakh, then they need to pay 20% tax. Whereas if they are having the income more than 20 lakh but up to 24 lakh, then they need to pay 25% tax. And if they are having the income above 24 lakhs, then they need to pay 30% tax. And this is the tax slab rate that is applicable for the assessment year 2025 to 26. Means the next year of the filing income earned for the financial year that will start from 1st April 2025 to 31st March 2026. And the minimum exemption limit has been increased from 3 to 4 lakhs. And also the limit of rebate under the section 87A has been increased from 25 to 60,000 rupees. Also, a marginal relief will be available. Health and education cess at the rate of 4% will be continued in the new tax regime as well. And few exemptions and deductions continued as a specified under the new tax regime. For better understanding, let's look at the calculation. So if a person is having a salary taxable income up to 4 lakh, then as per the new tax regime, their tax will be calculated like this. So their total tax liability will be 60,000. Whereas as per the section 87A, they will be having a rebate of rupees 60,000. So at the end, total tax liability of the person will be considered as a nil. And also, they don't need to pay any taxes if they are having income up to 12 lakh rupees. And also, few deductions are available for the employees in the new tax regime. Like the standard deduction for the salaried person under the new tax regime will be provided up to 75,000. Also, they will be eligible to claim the deduction under the family pension, and the limit of the family pension deduction has been increased from 15,000 to 25,000. Also, they will be able to contribute under the NPS. The deduction limit on the employer's contribution has also been increased. Also, Agniveer Corpus Fund deductions on the deposit in Agniveer Corpus Fund under the Section 80 CCH2 has been provided. Also, under the new tax regime, employees will be eligible to claim the interest on home loan on the let out property under the Section 24. So, these are the deductions that will be available for the employees in the new tax regime. Also, few exemptions are also provided, like transport allowance that will be provided to the person with the disabilities, travel tour transfer compensations, perks for the official purposes, exemptions for voluntary retirement schemes under the Section 10C, gratuity amount under the Section 1010, and also the leave encashment under the Section 10AA will be provided as an exemption under the new tax regime for the employees. For better understanding, let's take an example. Let's suppose a person is having the salary taxable income of rupees 12,75,000. Then they will be eligible to claim a standard deduction of rupees 75,000. So that taxable income will be 12 lakh. And as per the new tax regime, the tax will be calculated at the rate of 5% as per the slab rate. So their tax liability will be 60,000. But a rebate under the Section 87A of the Act will be provided of rupees 60,000. So their total tax liability will be nil. And we can say that their salary taxable income up to 12,75,000 will be a tax-free income. And also marginal relief under the Section 87A will be provided. So as per the Section 87A, that protects the taxpayers with the income just above 12 lakh from experiencing excessive increase in their tax liability, as it ensures that their tax does not exceed the difference between 12 lakh and 12 lakh 75,000. This is the provision that helps to prevent a small increase in the income from resulting in a disproportionately high tax burden for the salaried person. And also, if your income exceeds 12 lakh by 10,000, the maximum additional tax you will pay is 10,000. As a marginal relief applies only to the income up to 12,75,000, after which normal tax calculations will be applicable. So, a marginal relief under the Section 87A will be provided. Now, let's have a look how this marginal relief under the Section 87A works. So, let's suppose if the net taxable income is rupees 12,25,000, as there is an incremental income of rupees 25,000. So the excess tax without any relief will be 63,750 rupees. That will be calculated on the total income of rupees 12,25,000. But in case if marginal relief is applied, then the tax payable is capped at the incremental income, that is 25,000. So with the marginal relief, the tax liability is reduced to 25,000. After adding the cess at the rate of 4%, the final tax payable by the employee will be 26,000. And this is the criteria if the marginal relief under the Section 87A is applicable. And let's look at the break-even point for the marginal relief limit. Taxpayers will be able to claim a marginal relief only until their taxable income reaches 12,75,000, and the marginal relief will no longer applies, and the taxes are calculated based on the standard slab rates as per the new tax regime. At the 12,75,000, the tax liability with and without marginal relief becomes equal to 71,250 rupees. So this is the break-even point for the marginal relief limit. Now let's have a look how we are going to calculate the tax as per the old or as per the new tax regime. So if we are going to calculate the tax as per the old tax regime, then the basic exemption limit is 2.5 lakh. Whereas if we are going to calculate the tax as per the new tax regime, then the basic exemption limit is 4 lakh. And the income tax rebate limit for the old tax regime is 5 lakh, and as per the new tax regime, the rebate limit is 12 lakh. And the standard deduction under the old tax regime is 50,000, whereas under the new tax regime, the standard deduction is 75,000. And the deduction and exemptions are maximum up to the specified limit, whereas under the new tax regime, the deductions and exemptions are limited. And the tax slab rate for the old is up to 2.5 lakh. Taxpayers don't need to pay any taxes, whereas if they are having the income above 2.5 lakh but up to 5 lakh, then they need to pay 5% tax. If they are having the income up to 5 lakh if they are having the income more than 5 lakh but up to 10 lakh, then they need to pay 20% tax. And if they are having the income above 10 lakh, then they need to pay 30% tax. Whereas in the new tax regime, the 4 lakh up to 4 lakh income is a tax-free income. After that, if they are having the income above 4 lakh but up to 8 lakh, then they need to pay 5% tax. If they are having the income above 8 lakh but up to 12 lakh, then they need to pay 10% tax. If they are having the income above 12 lakh but up to 16 lakh, then they need to pay 15% tax. If they are having the income more than 16 lakh but up to 20 lakh, then they need to pay 20% tax. If they are having the income above 20 lakh but up to 24 lakh, then they need to pay 25%. And in case if they are having the income more than 25 lakh, so they need to pay 30% tax. So compared to the old regime and the new tax regime, limited exemptions has been provided, but a maximum rebate value that provides greater benefit for the employees. And if you have any additional allowances and exemptions received, then additional benefit is available. So this is all about how your income up to 12 lakh will be a tax-free income. Now that we have gone through tax calculation under the new tax slab, it's your turn. What are your thoughts? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation. Also, if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your time and hope you found value in this. Stay tuned for more compliance content coming soon. Until then, take care and have an amazing day.